Hi, welcome to your yoga portion of your training for Run Wild. My name's Lisa and this is Xander. Say hello, Xander. So we're gonna be working through some poses that are gonna stretch out all those muscles that we've tightened up as we've been running, getting ready for this race. So we're going to settle in to lengthening out those muscles, to opening our hips, opening up across the chest. We can feel a lot of strain when we're running all the time. So this is going to be some time to just have some fun, to sink into a space where we can find some quiet and some calming in the mind and just have a little fun with it. So as we move through these poses, if anything doesn't feel good, if you're feeling any pain, always ask yourself what you could do to feel better. If there's a modification that I have not offered, just think to yourself what would feel good and do that. Yoga is just about finding what feels good in your body. It doesn't have to look good. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's called yoga practice for a reason. We're just practicing. We're having fun. I'm super excited for you guys, and so we're gonna have a great time together. Okay, so we're gonna do some cat-cow to warm up the spine, warm up the shoulders, the wrists. So we're gonna start in a tabletop position, stacking the shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. We're gonna spread the fingers wide, so we really wanna plant that palm down into the mat. So working with the breath here, on an inhale, we're gonna drop the belly, lift the crown with the heart. Exhale to round the spine, bring your gaze all the way back to your belly button. Inhale to arch the spine. Let your heart shine through your arms. Exhale to round, really press the earth away. And so you continue on moving with your own breath. If it's a little quicker or a little slower, that's okay. This is your practice, your movement. Just find what feels good for you, warming up the whole body. Okay, we're gonna move on to our downward dog. So this is a base pose. Often we're gonna get into other poses from this place. So we're gonna work on the foundation of it, starting from tabletop. So planting the palms, then we're gonna curl the toes under and lift the hips up and back. So it's really important to draw the weight back in your downward dog. Rather than having your shoulders stacked over your wrists, you really want to press your hips back. So you're wanting to feel like you've got magnets in your heels pulling them down toward the earth. And then notice if the shoulders are creeping up by the ears, we want to roll them away from the ears, let them slide down the back. Send your heart back toward your legs and feel that stretch in the hamstrings and all the way down the spine. And then let your head be heavy. You might shake it yes and no, and just let it hang there, not holding any tension in the neck. And just feel that lengthening in the body as you sink into your dog. Okay, moving into our upward dog. So we've done our downward dog, found that length in the spine. Now we're gonna find a little bit of opening in the chest. So again, starting from our tabletop, then this time we're gonna lengthen those legs out, and I'll show you a modification that we can start with. So we're gonna stack the elbows underneath the shoulders, and arms are parallel to one another, and we're really gonna draw the shoulders back here. So this is just our base pose of upward dog, finding some length in the spine, finding some opening in the chest. And if this is feeling good for you, you can stay here. If you're looking for a little more length, a little more opening, plant the palms underneath the shoulders, and then we're gonna press all the way up into upward dog. And so here we only want the hands and the tops of the feet on the earth. So if you notice that you're not able to hold your legs up off the mat, just come right back down into that baby cobra. But if you're staying in your upward dog, lift those legs up off the mat, and we're really opening the heart. Lift the gaze a little bit. Find some length in the front body and really draw those shoulders open. Okay, so coming into our warrior one, we're gonna start at the top of the mat, standing feet hip distance apart. You're gonna rock your weight into your left foot and take a big step back with that right foot. So we want the left toes pointing straight forward. We want the right toes pointing at an angle. So they're gonna point to the top right-hand corner of the mat. Notice that your hips may have opened here. Can you draw them forward so that hips and shoulders are facing the front of the mat? Then we're gonna lunge into that front knee. Bring your knee right over your ankle. Once you've found this base foundation, inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Good job, Xander. So we're going to let the shoulders melt away from the ears. And as your shoulders fall a little bit, let your hips sink a little bit deeper. Notice if that back heel begins to lift up off the mat, you can always shorten up your stance a little bit. You want both feet firmly planted into the mat. Feel like you could tear the mat apart if you tried. Really sink into your foundation. Maybe bring your gaze forward, find a spot to gaze upon to help with your balance, and settle into your lunge. Okay, now we're gonna work into our warrior two. So again, starting at the top of the mat, feet hip distance apart, rock your weight into that left foot, and we're gonna take an even bigger step back this time with the right foot. So this time we're gonna have the front heel intersect the arch of the back foot, so making a little bit of a T here. This time the hips can be open, so we wanna draw them open to the side of the mat. Arms will come out to a T and the palms are facing down. Then when you're ready, bend into that front knee. So again, we're stacking the knee over the ankle. We don't wanna let that knee fall in or splay open. We wanna have a long line here. Really plant those feet and rip that mat apart with your feet. Notice if your shoulders begin to creep up by your ears, let them melt down. And then you might bring your gaze over your front fingertips if that's okay for your neck. And allow yourself to find some balance here between strength and softness. So we're really strong in the foundation, but we're light and soft in the upper body. Lift your crown toward the sky. Okay, moving into our standing wide-legged forward fold. So we're gonna spread those legs wide, a little wider than hip distance, and we wanna pigeon toe the feet here a little bit. So we're gonna draw the toes in, heels point out. Hands come onto the hips, take a big inhale, lift the heart, draw the shoulders back. And as you exhale, keep length in the spine as you hinge from the waist, coming all the way down into your fold. So once you've found your edge here, then the hands can come down onto either the earth or maybe the shins, maybe ankles, maybe the hands walk back between the feet. Doesn't matter where you find here, whatever works for you in your fold. And once you've found that space, you want to let the head be heavy. So just let it hang. This is not only a stretch for the legs, but also for the spine. So feel it all the way into your neck as you let your head hang there. And maybe play around with rocking your weight forward into your toes, back into your heels, maybe side to side. Loosening up those hips and the hamstrings, inner thighs. And just let everything hang here. Enjoy this time to just rest. Okay, we did it. Good job, guys. You did so awesome. I hope Xander had a good time too. So now you know all those poses. You can work on them throughout the week. Anytime your muscles are feeling tight or sore, take your time to move into those poses to feel good in your body and have a lot of fun. You guys are gonna do great on this run. I'm so excited for you. Good job, Xander.